Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and good day. In my observation, some of you are still doing mistakes, even while doing very normal types of journals. I think you didn't watch my last two videos carefully and didn't go through your textbook as well. Dear students, you know better, practice makes perfect. So, if you don't study and practice, it's not possible to learn the accounting. According to my observation about you, I failed to upload this video. In this video, I will try to show you some techniques to learn journal. To cover all the journals, I have divided 10 to 11 techniques. One by one, I will try to show all the techniques on the board. If the video become quite longer, then I will divide it in two, and rest of the techniques I will show you in another videos. Now let's come to the point. This is the technique number 1, purchase related journal. And in my last virtual class, I have discussed about this journal. Now I am showing it again. Purchase related journals, you have to consider this is goods purchased, not any asset purchased. For purchasing goods, always you have to do purchase account debit with the whole purchase amount. Then what will be the credit? Credit will be any one of these options. Now, which option will be applicable on which situation? If you purchase the goods by cash, then cash account will be credit. You see here written if cash purchase. And if purchase by check, bank account will be credit. You know here mention if purchase by check. Creditors or account payable account will be credit if purchase on credit or on account. Notes payable will be credit if purchase by notes or bills. And sometimes maybe the name, here I have given example X account credit, if only name is mentioned in that case. Example, goods purchased from X. In that case, purchase account will be debit and X account will be credit. Understand this? Now let us come to the technique number 2. This is sales related journal. You see all the possible options written on the board. First one, cash account debit if the goods sold by cash. Secondly, bank account debit if sales by check. Debtors or account receivable account debit if sales on credit or on account. Notes receivable account debit if sales by notes or bills. X account debit if only name is mentioned. And then sales account will be credit since it is income revenue. For the total sales amount, it will be credit. So this is the technique 2 related with the sales. Now let's see technique number 3, income related item. This journal for income related item. So since it is income, you will get cash. Okay, so that's why if the income generated by cash, then cash account debit, clearly written if cash. Bank account debit if you receive check. Income receivable account debit if the income generated but till not get the money, means due income. That time you have to write income receivable account. Means here income receivable means that particular income item name you have to put here. If it is commission receivable, then you have to write commission receivable account. If it is rent receivable, then you have to write rent receivable account. Understand? And then creditors account debit in case of discount receipt. Okay? Sometimes you will get discount. That is also your income. Okay? So in that case, creditors account will be debit. Any one option will be debit. Not all the option. Don't consider all the option will be debit. No. Any one option will be debit. And the credit will be income. You see item name. Total income amount. Here, whatever the income item, that item you have to write here. That's why I have written here income item name credit. Okay, if commission, then commission account credit. If rent received, rent account credit. If interest received, then interest account credit. Understand? Let's come to the technique number 4. Observe the technique number 4 at first. Then I will go through on individual item. See, technique number 4 is expense related items. You know, there are lots of expense in the business. Any type of expense, that one will be debit. That's why I have written here expense name account debit for expense amount. If it is salary, then salary account debit. If it is rent, rent account debit. If it is commission, commission account debit. If it is telephone bill account debit, vice versa. Okay? Now, how you are paying the expense? Cash account credit if you pay by cash. Bank account credit if you pay the expense by check. Expense payable account credit if the expense is happened but till not paid that amount. Means salary already due but you didn't pay to your employee. So it is expense due. So in that case, expense due means salary payable account will be credit. Okay. Now, debtors account will be credit if you allow some discount to the debtors. In that case, discount is your expense. So discount allowed account will be debit and you are allowing discount to debtors. So debtors account will be credit. So I think you understand the technique number 4. Let's come technique number 5 and technique number 6. These two techniques are very much easy and I think maximum of you know these two techniques. Technique number 5, depreciation related items. You know, depreciation is your expense. This is non-cash expense. So however, all the expense are debit. So depreciation account, the amount will be in debit column. And then for credit one, accumulated depreciation. And within bracket, you have to write here name of the assets. Account will be credit. So name of the assets means if the depreciation is for furniture, then depreciation account debit, accumulated depreciation within bracket furniture account will be credit. If it is for machinery, then accumulated depreciation within bracket machinery account will be credit. If it is motor vehicle, then accumulated depreciation within bracket motor vehicle will be credit. If it is office equipment, then accumulated depreciation within bracket office equipment will be credit. Okay. Now come to the point, technique number 6, write of assets. You know, there are some assets, there will be no depreciation for that. There will be write-off, especially for the intangible fixed assets. Okay, depreciation, technique number 4, this is for tangible fixed asset, and write-off assets, it will be especially for the intangible fixed asset. Just for example, goodwill, patent, trademark, these type of assets are intangible fixed asset. Including this, there will be another assets. This is not actually intangible, leasehold property. That one will also come under the technique number 6. Okay. So this type of assets, there is no depreciation. That one will be write-off. So write-off also expense. Any assets, if you write off the amount, that is your expense. So write off that particular asset name you have to write here. If it is leasehold, write off leasehold account debit. If it is patent, write off patent account debit. If it is goodwill, write off goodwill account debit. Amount will come to the debit column. And the name of that asset account will be credit. If the leasehold, then you have to write leasehold account credit, goodwill account credit, patent account credit, trademark account credit, and the amount will come to the credit column. So this is almost the same treatment. Okay, but you have to just careful about which one is depreciation related and which one is write-off related. I am telling you once again, depreciation will be the tangible fixed asset related and write-off will be the intangible fixed asset related especially. Technique number 7, bad debts related transactions. So this transaction is subdivided by 2 categories. One is write-off bad debt, another is creation of provision for bad debt. Category number 1. Sometimes you will get bad debt written of 500 taka or write-off bad debt 500 taka. Sometimes you will get only bad debt 500 taka. In that case, the journal will be provision for bad debt account debit. The amount will come in the debit column. And then debtors or account receivable account credit, the amount will come in the credit column. Same amount. Understand? So the write-off bad debt or bad debt written off or bad debt, the journal will be provision for bad debt account debit, debtors or account receivable account credit. Technique number, not technique, this is the option number 2, means category 2, creation of provision for bad debt. So this is usually creating of new provision for bad debt. Okay. If there is provision for bad debt, in that case, the journal will be bad debt expense debit. Amount will come to the debit column, you see. And then provision for bad debt account credit, the amount will come in the credit column. So creation for bad debt, the journal will be bad debt expense debit and provision for bad debt expense or provision for bad debt account credit. I think it's too much, it's not wide range, okay? It's very much small. So technique number 7 is also one type of easy technique. I think easily you can capture these techniques. Technique number 8. This is goods return related. Again, goods return can be two. One is purchase return or return outward, and another is sales return or return inward. First one, purchase return or return outward. You know, purchase is expense, it is debit. So purchase return means the return is coming. Not coming, sorry. The return is going. You are giving return. Okay? So when you purchase the goods, on that time, the purchase expense was increased, so purchase account was debit. Now, the goods purchased, you are giving return. So that's why the expense will be decreased right now. So that's why the purchase return account will be credit. And to whom you are giving return? You are giving return goods to creditors or account payable. So that's why your liability is reducing. So creditors or account payable account will be debit, amount will come to the debit column, and then purchase return account will be credit. In the opposite way, sales return or return inward. Sales is revenue, it is credit. Now, sales is return. So, revenue is decreasing, means income is decreasing. So, income decrease, you know, it is debit. So, that's why sales return account debit. And then return is coming from the debtors. Okay? So, debtors or account receivable account will be credit. So, these two journal, usually one is opposite of the others. Okay? I think you got this point. Technique number 9. Payment receipt related. In the business, always you will sell the goods on credit, and after few days you will get the money. Okay? Sometimes you will sell the goods without any documents, that is, you know, debtors or account receivable. And sometimes you will sell the goods by taking any documents, means notes or bills, that is known as notes receivable or bills receivable. Now you are getting money, if cash, then cash account debit for cash. Bank account debit if you receive check. Discount allowed account debit at the time of getting money if there is any discount allowed. Then discount account will be debit. And then if you get the money from the debtors or account receivable, then debtors or account receivable account will be credit, amount will come to the credit column. But if you get the money against the bill, that time you have to write notes receivable or bills receivable account credit, not debtors. Okay? Here is two option. Any one option will come. And out of these three option, any one or two option will come. Okay? So out of this, if you get the money from the debtors, then debtors or account receivable debit. If you get money from the notes, then notes receivable or bills receivable will be credit in that case. Technique number 10. Payments to creditors. Just please observe. Creditors or account payable account debit if you pay to the creditors or account payable, or notes payable account debit if you paid that money against any notes or bills payable. Any one of that two will be the debit. Now credit, it can be cash, it can be bank, and if there is any discount, that discount is your income, so discount receipt account will be credit. Now let us some discussion. We are purchasing goods on credit. On that time, creditors is creating. After that, we have to pay money. We can pay money by cash, by bank, or by check. By bank means the bank transfer can be. Okay. So if you pay to the creditors, then creditors or account payable, account debit, money will come to the debit column. Or if you pay the money against notes or bills, then notes payable or bills payable account will be debit. Money will come to the debit if paid against notes or bills payable. Now, how you are paying? If you pay by cash, then cash account credit. Okay. If you pay by check, then bank account credit. And at the time of paying, if you get any discount from the creditors, then it is your income. All incomes are credit. So discount receipt account credit. If there is any discount receipt from the creditors. I think you understand this one. This is the last technique, technique number 11 for purchasing asset. I discussed earlier, purchasing asset and purchasing goods are not same. Purchasing asset means you will use that asset in your business. And purchasing goods means you will sell that goods and adding some profit. That is your sellable goods, means business goods. Okay? And that one we already discussed. Now this one is asset purchase. So I have written here asset name account debit. Why I have written asset name account? Because there are lots of asset. Okay? So that particular asset name will be debit here. If furniture purchase, then you have to write furniture account debit. Okay, money will come to the debit column. If it is equipment purchase, then equipment account debit. If land purchase, land account debit. If machinery purchase, machinery account debit. I think you understand. Now how you paid this amount, that one will be credit. Any one of these three. If you pay, there will be one mistake, spelling mistake, there will be cash. Okay? So cash account credit if it is paid by cash. And then bank account credit if it is paid by check. And supplier of the assets or creditors account credit if the assets purchased on credit. Means right now you purchase the assets, but you are not paying that money right now. Okay? So in that case, name of this means furniture purchased on credit. Then you have to write furniture account debit, supplier or creditors account credit. Or if you buy the furniture by cash, furniture account debit, cash account credit. Furniture purchased by check, then furniture account debit, and then bank account credit. That's all of the 11. Today I like to conclude with this. If you don't understand any of the techniques, please message me on my personal WhatsApp so that I can clarify again to your better understanding. Many of the options I have written